In this session, we are going to discuss about the GPS applications, that is Unit 5. So in this unit, we'll be discussing about the applications of the GPS in the first part, and we'll be discussing about data formats of the GPS in the second part of the unit. So let's look at the contents. So in this unit, we'll be discussing about GPS surveying, mapping and geographical information system GIS, precision approach aircraft landing system, military and space application, intelligent transportation system. These are the 5 applications which we are going to discuss in this unit. Next, in this, we'll be discussing about GPS orbital parameters, description of RINEX format, observation data and navigation message data parameters. And we also discuss about the how we can determine the GPS position by using this least squares method. So these are the contents which we are going to discuss in this unit 5. So in this session, I'll be discussing about the first application of GPS, that is GPS surveying. So first of all, what do you mean by surveying? Surveying is a science of measurements of the surface of the earth. So in this, we find out the position of the objects or points on the surface of the earth or near the surface of the earth. Why we do this is in order to prepare the map or plan of the area we do surveying. Next, we have surveyors. Surveyor is a person who examines the condition of the objects or points on the surface of the earth in order to determine the position. So let's see GPS survey. So surveyors are responsible for mapping and measuring features on the earth's surface and underwater with high accuracy. So surveyors perform mapping and measuring features on the earth's surface and underwater with high accuracy. So we can calculate on the earth's surface as well as underwater with high accuracy. So this includes determining the land boundaries, monitoring changes in the shape of the structures, or mapping the seafloor. So while performing measuring features on the earth's surface, they determine the land boundaries, monitoring changes in the shape of the structures, or mapping the seafloor. Next. Surveyors have historically required line of sight between their instruments in order to undertake such work. But the availability of high accuracy GPS receivers has reduced the need for this. So earlier surveyors require line of sight between their instruments in order to undertake the measuring and mapping the features on the surface of the earth. But with the availability of high accuracy GPS receiver has reduced the need for the line of sight. By using this GPS receiver, they has reduced the need for line of sight in determining the land boundaries, etc. GPS can either be set up over a single point to establish a reference marker, or it can be used in a moving configuration to map out the boundaries of various features. So GPS in the surveying can be fixed point or it can be moving configuration. Next, this data can be transferred into mapping software to create very quick and detailed maps for customers. So the data which is obtained from the GPS receiver is transferred into the mapping software to create quick and detailed maps for the customers. So after receiving the data from the GPS receivers, we are transferring this data into mapping software. Then we are determining the quick and detailed maps for the customers. Next. GPS surveying is the use of GPS signals via a GPS receiver and antenna to determine the form, boundary, position of objects or points in space relative to other forms, boundaries or points. So before GPS came into existence, earlier surveyors used to travel and calculate the position of the object, area, etc. But after the existence of GPS surveying use the signals from the GPS. We are getting the signals from the GPS receiver and antenna to determine the form, boundary, or position of the objects or points in space related to other forms, boundaries, or points. So in GPS surveying, we'll receive signals from the GPS receiver and antenna to determine the form of the objects or boundaries of the objects or points or position of the objects or points. This replaces traditional optical and mechanical methods of surveying that rely on theodolites and distance measuring equipment that use angular and linear measurements and applications of the principles of geometry and trigonometry. So by using this GPS in the surveying, we are replacing the traditional optical and mechanical methods of surveying, like we use instruments like theodolites. We are replacing the instruments and distance measuring equipment. In distance measuring equipment, we use angular and linear measurements and the application of the principles of geometry and trigonometry. So we are making the work simple by using the GPS. GPS for surveying can provide centimeter level accuracy using RTK, that is real-time kinematic positioning method, or sub-centimeter levels of accuracy when post-processing of algorithms are employed. So by using this GPS for surveying, we can provide centimeter level of accuracy. For providing centimeter level of accuracy, we are using real-time kinematic positioning method. Real-time kinematic positioning method is also one method similar to differential GPS or sub-centimeter levels of accuracy when post-processing algorithms are employed. We can also provide sub-centimeter levels of accuracy by processing. Next, the survey industry was one of the earliest adopters of GPS technology. The survey industry was one of the first one which has used this GPS technology. Multi-constellation receivers have increased the signal availability and the ability to provide excellent performance in the presence of buildings, trees, vehicles, and other obstructions surveyors are likely to encounter in their work. So here we use multi-constellation receivers, which has increased signal availability and ability to provide excellent performance in the presence of buildings, trees, vehicles, and other obstructions. So here we use multi-constellations. Constellation is a group of satellites, like that we are using multi-constellation so that that satellites will cover the entire coverage of that particular area. So that signal availability also increases and ability to provide excellent performance. Even in the case of trees, buildings, or any other obstructions also, they can provide the exact excellent performance. Next. Survey equipment comes in a wide range of form factors, including handheld displays, pole mounted, and smart systems. They are available in handheld displays, pole mounted, and smart systems. We have wide range of forms. Next, GPS for cadastral surveying. So, what is cadastral surveying? Cadastral surveying is showing the extent or value or ownership of the land, especially for taxation. So what we do in cadastral surveying is, first the surveyors will calculate the area of the, will calculate the boundary of that particular area, and again in cadastral surveying we recalculate and re-establish the land boundaries of that particular area, which is helpful for taxation. The GPS in cadastral surveying. Cadastral surveys establish property corners, property boundaries, and areas of land parcels. Conventional methods have the drawback that extensive traversing is required. So in the conventional method, they are having the drawback of extensive traversing is required. So earlier, surveyors need to travel from one place to another place for calculating the boundaries. But by using this GPS for cadastral surveying, that work has been reduced. Moreover, extensive clear cutting and intervening private properties might be required as well. Earlier, we require extensive clear cutting and intervening private properties might be required as well. GPS overcomes these conventional method drawbacks. By using GPS, they can overcome these drawbacks. Any of the GPS surveying methods such as kinematic GPS or RTK GPS can be used depending on the project requirements, location and other factors. For cadastral surveying, we can use either kinematic GPS or RTK GPS depending upon the requirement we use. Kinematic GPS or RTK GPS. Other advantages of using this GPS include the fact that GPS provides user-defined coordinates in a digital format with higher accuracy, which can be easily exported to any GIS system for further analysis. So the other advantage of using this GPS is GPS provide user-defined coordinates in a digital format with high accuracy, which can be easily exported to any GIS system for further analysis, which can be easily analyzed further if it is in digital format. The accuracy obtained with the GPS is consistent over the entire network. Such accuracy is lacked by conventional surveying methods. In conventional surveying methods, accuracy is the drawback, but by using this GPS, the accuracy is consistent over the entire network. Also, with GPS, one reference station can support an unlimited number of rover receivers. One reference station can support unlimited number of rover receivers in this with this GPS. A number of governmental and private organizations have reported that the use of GPS in cadastral surveying is cost effective. So the using GPS in cadastral surveying is cost effective. Thank you. This is about GPS surveying. In the next session, we'll be discussing about the next application.